this meeting. Yes. There's a poem here. Rumi is a very well-known poet. I don't know if he's Hindi. I know he's Eastern philosophy, but he says, when you eventually see through the veils to how things really are, you will keep saying again and again, this is certainly not like we thought it was. Have you said that this lifetime, like in the last 5 years? Yeah, me too. Um, and then Voltaire says, it is no more surprising to be born twice than it is to be born once. So what's the big deal about past lives, right? So we have the new moon in Cancer today. Saturn is still retrograde. Saturn being the taskmaster, so being retrograde would give us more of an inward focus of work, taskmaster. And the Cancer new moon is a great time to start new projects, new self-growth program, new physical growth, strengthening, yoging, just a good time to start new things. But having said that, today is the 9th day of the month, and the 9 is completion. So just consider for a moment anything that you've completed or that you want to complete, like as of today, maybe tomorrow. But with the 9 energy, the day being a 9 gives us that flavor of completion. So it's interesting because the 9 being completion, and then it's the new moon where we start new things. So like tomorrow, the day after the actual aspect of new moon, because you want that little sliver of light. And then each day as the moon grows into big, bright, fat, full moon, by the 2 weeks, we'll have some sort of manifestation with our intentions that we set at the new moon. So uh, Cancer is around home, family, uh, nurturing, can be nurturing um, the inner self, since it's the new moon. So how do you do that? You meditate, you take walks in the woods, you be quiet for a while, you get still. So we will be doing Yoga Nidra at the end of class during your Savasana today to give you a really good start with the new moon and that inward focus. Okay, so I think I'll take my water with me. We'll start, of course, with centering. Rise up out of your roots. Root your sitting bones in the earth, ground. Connect with the earth. And then rise up like a tree growing up your spine, Lift up to the stars. Just connect your energy in the earth and the stars, connecting with the cosmos. Let go of the weak and concerns and busy things that we have been doing or need to do. We just set that aside for a few minutes. I appreciate your being here to share yoga together. So just come in, focus on your breath. Allow yourself a few deep breaths, a long breath in, and an even longer breath out. So slow it down. That will slow down your mind, the mental activity. Also, it's very cleansing. So a few cleansing breaths. Let your breath return to normal, normal pattern, natural pace. Check in with your body and see what its messages are in the form of sensation. And for our attunement to breath, bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. And since the new moon in Cancer is about nurturance and an inward focus, just lay your hands, left hand and then right hand, over your heart. Excuse me. And then reach out, take in your breath as you reach out in front of you. Then exhale and bring it back into your heart, just to help us center into the heart. As though on this new moon, you're reaching for your intentions, reaching for your implementing positive change. If there's something you want to focus on, breathe. Exhale. And one more round. And just pause with your hands over your heart for a moment, drawing in that nurturance deep into your heart, deep into your soul. Your soul may need that at this time. We've been through so much on all levels, mind, body, spirit, soul. Just allow yourself to send nurturance deep into your soul. All right. And we'll move along here, starting with some movement. Just take your legs around to the back. And we'll come into puppy stretch. Loosen up in shoulders, just like a puppy in the sun. Just like a seed in the ground. And we'll take that seed and we'll lift up. Just lift up onto your knees and bring your arms up. Reach for the sun's light with a deep breath. And as though the day has completed, open the arms out and just lower back down into your stretch. And again, just lift up like a seed growing up out of the earth. Lift your arms, reaching for the sun's light. Deep breath. And then let your seed go back to sleep for the night and reach forward. And one more time. Just lift up like that seed opening, cracking open and sprouting. And then reaching for the sun's light. From here, just reach one arm up and then the other, representing, reaching, growing, sprouting more leaves, more fruit. And then just lower your arms down, bring your palms back onto the floor in table pose. And spread your fingers out wide. Now just lean forward onto the inside of your knuckles. Lean forward. Bring your hips forward, straightening your legs. Come into traction, just hanging out here. Notice your low back, your sacrum area. Notice your low abdomen. See how everything feels. You can move side to side to loosen up. Cancer is a water sign. That's the second chakra. So you're stretching that right now and stimulating it. And of course, your sacrum is your sacred space. And then lift back up into table pose. Start with your cat in neutral spine with a deep breath. And curl the hips under, navel to spine. Roll through each segment of your spine, each vertebra. Then chin on your chest.
And then tilting the hips up, lift your chin, come into an arch, and continue on in your cat. All right, from here, just turn your toes under and sit back on your heels and loosen up in your wrists. Circle around both directions. And if you turn your toes under, you'll notice you're getting a stretch in your toes and your ankles as well. Fingers. Now bring your arms next to your body, your upper arms. Bend your elbows with palms facing. Fold in the thumb. Wrap your fingers around. And then take your wrist forward as though you're turning your fingers down. And then pull back, keeping forearms parallel to the floor. Just a little different stretch for your wrists. And then open up. Stretch one arm forward, doesn't matter which one. Bring the other hand, the palm, not the fingers, but around your fingers. So you're just pulling back on those fingers, stretching the heel of the hand forward. Keep the elbow straight. And then turn the fingers under. Take your palm over the knuckles. Stretch your wrist forward as you draw your fingers in. And then circle around a little bit more. Sometimes we neglect our wrists. So other hand, press it forward. You're pulling your fingers back. Take the palm over the fingers and pull back. So the way to coordinate your breathing with your stretches, as always, is to take in your breath and exhale on the stretch. So as you pull your fingers back and elbow is straight, and then turn the hand under, take your palm over your knuckles and draw your hands in as you press your wrist forward. All right, and then circle around and come back. Um, let's come into plank here and press through the heels. You can alternate or press both heels away, whichever suits you. And then let your knees back down. Excuse me. All right, so just take your left knee, start with your breath. Exhale your left knee in towards your nose and stretch your leg out behind you. And draw it in, exhale. Breathe, stretch it out. If you want more stretch on your calf, you can flex your foot as you stretch back. Now this time hold. Palms under your shoulders. Leg parallel to the floor and come into tiger. Just reach your right arm out, up next to your ear. Lift the back leg parallel to the floor. Check on your core muscles. Are you utilizing them? Draw them up and in. Now lower your knee onto the floor. Keep your right arm next to your ear and lean forward on your left hand. Reach, lean forward. Hold there. Maybe go a little further. Focus on your core. And release. That's for stabilizing. Just come down, hips onto your heels, and rest your arms for a moment. Forehead on the floor. Breathe. Some nice relaxing breaths. And slowly lift up. Now start with your breath. On the exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose. Stretch your leg out behind you. Exhale in. Inhale as you reach back. And then we'll hold. Now align your hips so your hip bones are square to the floor. Leg is parallel to the floor. Then lift your left arm up by your ear in tiger stretch. Keep lifting that back leg so that it's parallel to the floor. Core muscles engaged. And let your knee back down on the floor and press forward. Keep the arm up by your ear and reach. Just lean forward on that palm. Engage the core muscles, work them. This is a stabilizing motion. Move, breathe. Notice if this side's easier or harder than the first side. And release your hand down, hips down onto your heels. Relax your back. Now just lift up, touch your big toes together and separate your knees. Open them out to the side. Now come down slowly, stretching in the groin. Breathe. Come down, bringing your chest towards the floor. And then your head, your forehead. You can also turn your head to the side if that's more comfortable. If you have glasses on, watch out for that. And then just take your arms around your knees and imagine just nurturing yourself here, drawing energy up from the earth and down from the cosmos. Relax your shoulders. Feel the stretch in your low back, your thighs, maybe even your feet. Let it go and relax. Focus on your heart. All right, bring your palms back inside your knees. Gently, slowly press up. Bring your knees in. All right, come up onto the balls of your feet. Separate your feet for hip openers. We want to open the hips. They're very close to your um, low abdomen, your second chakra. So just side to side a few times. And then we'll come down into Malasana. Let your heels come down, however close to the floor. Palms together. Lift up in your torso. Press your elbows against your knees and thumbs towards your heart center. Eyes open or close. Inward focus is a little easier with the eyes closed, but you determine what you're comfortable with. All right, release your hands. Bring your hands, your fingertips down onto the floor. Bring the weight of your body over onto your left leg. Stretch out your right leg. Turn the toes forward. Bring your left arm out. Press down on your hands. Lift your hips. Cross your left foot over the right. Lower your palm down and come into your side plank. Activate your legs, your hips. Now lift your hips up and back to center. Breathe, lift up, back to center. Breathe, lift up, hold, and back to center. Bring your left knee back onto the floor. Come back into Malasana. Just for a moment. Feel the opening in your hips, your groin, your hip joints. Now bring your fingertips onto the floor. Take the weight over onto your right leg. Stretch out the left, toes forward. Bring your right hand outside your right leg. Press down on your hands. Lift your hips. Take the leg, cross it over on top, and lift up. Activate your legs. Reach. And then breathe your hips up and center. Breathe up, center, breathe up, and center. Last time, we'll hold, up, and center. Bring your right knee in, come onto the balls of your feet, and lift up for head to knee pose, or if you prefer, ragdoll. If you feel a little tight in your hamstrings or the backs of your knees, just bend, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Come in a little closer. Now bend your knees, feet hip width apart. Lower your hips, reverse swan, coming up, reach. And bring palms together, down over your heart. Turn to your left and bring your right elbow onto your left leg and press into a prayer twist. Look up, thumbs at your heart center. Release, inhale, other side prayer twist in chair pose. And release, back to center. Push the floor away, reach up overhead, breathe. And a swan dive, down, head to knee. If you are not at the front end of your mat, just step your feet forward. Soften your knees, fingertips on the floor. Reach your right leg back. Let the heel down. Front knee remains bent. Lift up, just press. Breathe your arms up. Luxuriate in your move. Reach. Align your hips to the front. You can also lift the back heel. Reach. A little lean back. And come back to center. Reach for the floor. Step that foot in. Other leg back. Heel down initially. Front knee bent. Push. Arms overhead. Align your hips. Flush to the front. Reach up. Ground into the floor, into the earth. And go back. Reach for the floor. Oops. Take the leg back into plank. Bring your left knee forward. Bring the foot in front of you. Just let it out front. Bring the back leg across your hamstring behind you. So your feet should be out to the side. And just sit down in between your feet. You want both sitting bones on the ground. Palms on the soles of your feet. Now, bring your palms around behind you. If you can, it's a reverse namaste, but bring your fingertips together and then your palms. Your fingertips are up. The heel of your hand is against your back. Lift up.
You may feel this in your wrist. Take in your breath and gently lean forward. You're going to probably feel this in your wrist. So if you need to let your elbows forward a little bit or let your palms separate a little bit, whatever you need to do, just come down over your legs. Press down in your legs and lift up. Release your hands. Bring your arms out to the side. Shake out your wrists. And breathe, arms up overhead. Turn to your left. Bring your right hand onto the front knee and the floor if it'll reach. And bring your left arm around behind you for a seated twist. Feel that delicious stretch in your low abdomen, your psoas muscles. Breathe, arms up overhead. Lean forward, bring your hands onto the floor, come up onto your knees, just bring the other leg in front. We're going to see what this feels like compared to that first side. Lower down, sitting in between your feet. You're just stacking your thighs and ground into the earth. Bring your palms around behind you. Bring your hands together in reverse namaste. The fingertips are facing upward, not down. Take in your breath and come forward into your forward bend, hinging forward in your hips. Press down in your legs and lift back up. Release your hands, shake out your wrists, and breathe your arms up. Turn to your right and lower your arms down for your twist. So you're using that right leg for leverage. Bring your hands, fingertips onto the floor. Draw into your twist. How does this feel compared to the first side? Now breathe your arms up, face center. Breathe and reach and open out to the side. Palms on the soles. And we've come full circle. Feel yourself relaxing down. And then lean back, stretch your legs forward, prepare for Savasana and Yoga Nidra. Palms are facing upward. Get as comfortable as you can. You want to become still. So make sure your low back is pressing down and relaxed into the ground. So there's no movement here, not even thinking. And softly close your eyes. Your eyes will remain closed for all of Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is psychic sleep or yoga sleep. It takes us to that hypnagogic state between awake and sleeping. Just become aware of sounds far away. What do you hear in the distance, if anything? Then what sounds do you notice that are a little closer? What sounds do you notice inside the room where you are? And visualize the four walls, the ceiling, the floor, and the objects in the room. Then become acutely aware of your body on the floor. And become aware of your natural breath. Notice the flow in the nostrils. Feel a sense of coolness on the inhale. Feel it come into the nose, your sinuses, the back of your throat, your lungs, and then sense the warmth on your exhale. You might feel warmth on your upper lip. Allow the breath to be longer and slower. Take a long, slow inhale, followed by a longer exhale. Notice the slight pause after the exhale and continue. Long, slow breaths. Nurturing yourself in Yoga Nidra. Now return to natural breath. Release the control of your breath. Yoga Nidra begins now. We start with the Sankalpa, a statement of resolve. So think of a short positive statement, something simple, and then state that statement, that positive statement, 3 times mentally. This is like planting a seed. Now mentally say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake and relaxed. I will remain awake. Rotation of consciousness. This is our systematic journey of awareness through the body. As I say the body parts, say the name to yourself. Feel that body part, relax it, and do not move. Imagine becoming light as though you could float up to the ceiling. Head, limbs, torso, whole body rising higher and higher away from the floor.
Feel that lightness. Now let yourself feel heavy in all parts of your body, head, limbs, torso, your whole body. So heavy. Sink towards the floor. Now awaken the experience of cold in the body, chilly, cold. Imagine being outside in winter without enough clothing. Feel the cold permeate the entire body. Then allow the sensation of warmth to spread through your entire body. Remember the feeling of heat like we've had in summer, out in the sun with no shade. Feel heat radiating on your skin, heat all around. Now recollect an experience of anxiety, intense anxiety and worry. Feel the stress, but not its source. Create the experience of anxiety as clearly as possible. Now allow the feeling of complete calm to envelop you. Calm in your entire mind, body, and emotions. Relaxed and aware, you are completely calm. Now become aware of the space in front of your closed eyelids. Imagine a transparent screen like in a movie theater, high and wide as the eyes can see. Become aware of images that appear, colors, patterns, and light. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Remain aware. Do not become involved. Detached awareness only. Let thoughts come and go, but continue watching the dark space with detached awareness. Now start to imagine a red desert, a peacock feather, Buddha meditating, a doctor's office, a good night's rest, the full moon, your reflection in a mirror, a foggy morning, waiting for results, sun shining overhead, a bouquet of flowers, a tall tree, receiving help from others, cool, clear water, making appointments, a relaxing afternoon, laughing with friends, a warm embrace, a burning candle, a temple on a mountain, a path in the woods.
a vibrant sunset, taking a deep breath, a cat stretching, a beautiful garden path, your favorite song, the sound of my voice, your body lying on the floor. Now repeat your sankalpa, your resolve, 3 times mentally. Now become aware of the breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain that awareness and also become aware of your physical body. Feel your embodiment in your skin and your clothes and any props touching you. Keep your eyes closed and visualize the surrounding room. Imagine where you are in the room and objects around you. Just lie quietly. Relax in the still, in the quiet for a few minutes, and I'll come back for you. And now start to prepare to come back, ready to move a little bit. Excuse me. Now slide your feet together and lift your knees. Draw them into your chest. Roll onto one side and press up into sitting. You can keep your eyes closed or open them. Bring your hands into mudra. If you like the Brahma mudra, you can bring that in front of your navel. Brahma, the highest consciousness that has a word to it. Now, if you wish one last time to repeat your Sankalpa 3 times, and now bringing palms into Anjali Mudra. See yourself absorbed in the light. Merge into the light so that there's no difference between you and the light, because there really isn't. So may you shine in this new moon, and may you grow with the moon's light, and may your Sankalpa, your resolve, be manifest as quickly as possible. Namaste, everybody.